So we've already taken unit 1, okay? But if we go to unit 2, looking at our first lesson, and we did unit 1, what are some of our carryover standards or activities that we know that we have to shore up? Just say you've already looked at your unit 1 data. With the things that you have to carry over, what would you do to shore up those standards that were not addressed? Yes.
Are you talking about the first lesson?
Yes.
Would you make sure the prerequisite skills are
Yes.
there?
You would check to make sure that the prerequisite skills are solid, but how could you make sure that they don't lose what they already have? It's a word that begins with a P and a word that begins with an L. It begins and ends with an L. We're gonna do hangman, y'all. Give me a line.
Starts with an S?
P, sorry.
You said you P? Did you want me to put a P up here? Okay. All right. No?
Good try though, good try.
Okay, I'm gonna say it
What's the
again.
question again?
Spiral, thank you. You need to spiral those standards that you just taught. How would you, how could you spiral those things? Almost every day. Or every other day. Bell ringers are due names. So in your due nows, you could spiral, or you could, what, with your due nows? Hold on.
Front load.
Front load, you know, girl. Front load, yeah. So you can front load or you can spiral the data, all right? I am not one who is going to give you a lesson plan format, but we are walking through a lesson plan format right now, okay? That's what we're doing, okay? So, when you look at the information, what I want you to do when you're looking at that first lesson, these are 2 questions that I want you to think about, okay? The key carryovers and how you would do it when you create the lesson, and also what are some of the standards that are going to take a little longer for you to address. And the reason why I'm saying that is based on the pre-check, not assessment, based on the pre-check, if you were to do a pre-check that had problems, whether it's you gamify it or whatever, to find out which ones you need to spend more time on, if you know that that's a standard that's going to take more time, then you need to focus on rearranging the scope and sequence or the pacing guide that is listed, okay? Because again, those things that they already know, there's not any use to spend a lot of time on it, okay? All right, so what I want you to spend a little time right now doing is I want you to use this time now to try, look at the first lesson that is given in the unit, and I want you to plan the first day. I think it's important that you spend time now doing the plan, okay? Can I make a couple of suggestions? I'm gonna give you about, what time is it? I'm gonna give you about 7 minutes to try to start outlining the plan for your first lesson. Keep in mind that with some of you who have advanced classes, I'll use Miss McCray and Miss Eldridge. I want you to focus right now on your general class, and then we'll take that lesson and we'll try to ramp it up. You have co-teach also, right? So as you plan with them, think of modifications, okay?
scroll down to the last one.
So remember, you're looking at that first lesson and you are mapping out what it looks like. You don't have to put all the details in it, but create yourself a little outline, okay? So y'all write down like an outline, like a skeleton of what your lesson is like. A skeleton of your lesson. I don't know if I was clear about that. Y'all want to work on your first lesson, like a skeleton. And then we're gonna talk about what you included. Look, did you take what you already
No, I'm saying we can write something that looks like this.
Okay.
Cause this, I've already, this
I ain't gonna fight with you.
is what we're doing on Wednesday. I'm already ready. I can write it down.
No, I need you to tell me what your skeleton is. Tell me what your skeleton is.
Alright, so they're going to the intro video for the year.
So what is that? What's the purpose of it?
Oh, it's to introduce the new one, which is called Facebook.
So would that be like a hook?
Yes, it's a hook. It's about a biker.
No.
And then,
She's like doing the framework, book, do now.
now, oh, what you need to know, they're due now, they are doing, each day for the next 5 days, they are working on text structures, because that's one part of our unit.
So you're gonna do it too now, and that is, it is a text structure,
Yeah.
so it's front load?
Yes.
Or it's like building background, what is it?
Building backwards, because so today and tomorrow, they are, depending on which day, they are doing a scavenger hunt for text feature, or text structures. And then we're going to test them in the text structures each day. Over the next 5 days. And then they're going, we're going to hook them, and then they're going to read the story, how the son of Black performer. Actually not, and they also have vocab that they have to do alongside, because that was one of the things we identified as the first test. We've got to start building vocab.
Okay, so you're gonna do a do now, a hook, and then you're gonna have key vocabulary?
Yeah, they have key vocabulary, but that's a separate assignment.
Okay, all right, let me move on.
And then they're gonna read, so they're gonna read the text the first day and annotate the text. Day one.
So they're doing that first read.
First read, yeah. And then within
So with the
text-
first read, they're also annotating, or they
No,
just
they
read?
read, so they're gonna partner read the text.
Okay, first read is a part,
Partner, yes.
is that always the best way to do that?
It is except for my EO class. My EO class, I don't read till it is. But all my other classes read.
So when we talk about close reading, when are they gonna read it for themselves?
So they read in partner, and then they annotate on their.
Okay, so when you talk to me about your partner reading,
So the articles is provided, and they alternate paragraphs.
okay, so when they alternate paragraphs, are they just read, you read and I read?
Yes, they're alternating.
No, let me just tell you, that's not the most effective way to do a partner reading. Let me explain to you why. Because if you read it, and then she reads, then all we're doing is reading, and if your reading is not fluent, then I may not get the understanding. So, while you read, she's listening, and she can summarize to you what you read, which is a better thing for them to do. Okay, but I'm telling you right now, you're gonna lose people. This is just my suggestion, that you read, she summarizes what you read, and ask any question that she may have for clarification from. Because what, correct, that's what partner reading is. And what is that also gives you an opportunity for what?
They probably know this.
And as you walk around,
But do they know?
you hear
what
that
they
discourse,
expect
you can check for misunderstanding, misconception, not clarity or comprehension, so on and so on. So we're gonna call this, we're now sprucing up your lesson. So partner read, using what?
Say something.
Okay. That's a danger of already having your lesson. Somebody comes in and tells you. All right, so,
Yeah, that's what
all right, don't don't be smiling because you know if I come in there and I don't see this
Well,
on
no, because
Thursday.
You
No.
need to know there's a continuum.
Okay,
to
that's
what they're
fine,
doing.
that's fine. What's the second read?
Well, they won't do the second read first time, because the second read, they're annotating the text independently.
The second read.
Yes, that's their second, they do that
In the class. So can I ask you a question? Do you see how doing this might build up what the second read is?
Well, like
Whereas you may get less understanding and spend, I'll just use Lakeland as an example. Okay, if he doesn't have anything to do while she's reading, he could easily get distracted. Okay? And then when he gets to the second read, at least he's held accountable to summarize what's happening. So when he gets to his annotation, instead of him having nothing in the margin, or nothing underlined, nothing, certain, no questions or whatever, guess what? Now he has it. Okay, so the second read is annotation. Now my question to you is, let's time this out. How much time you gonna give for you now? How much time you gonna give, how much is the video? Okay, and doing the video and they're doing the intro, are they looking for any particular thing? They're just listening. You're not asking them any questions. Can I ask why?
because the purpose of that is just to introduce face diversity, it's not.
Yeah, that's about something that you know, whenever they're analyzing, context, like
You're watching for them.
To do, like, if we, oh, y'all really got connotation, like, y'all get it.
Yeah.
No, I'm not gonna say what. Okay, so my question to you is this. The reason why you need to have a question for them to look at when they're looking at that video, because otherwise, when it's setting up, they don't know what they're looking for, they're just looking at a video. This is also an opportunity for them to do research. So, okay, so what are the things that we are working on as a school? Discourse, okay, note taking, writing, right? Right? So, if I can have your attention. So, Mr. Beasley is an overachiever. He has, which is great, he has already outlined what his lesson is. He said he has a dude now that is going to build background, okay? He says it's gonna take him 5 minutes to do this. The video, which is about adversity, is his hook or his intro. What we asked him to do, or what I asked him to do, is have them, while they're searching, while they're looking at the video, to be looking for how this person is facing adversity. Instead of just letting them look at a video and they don't, even though it's setting it up, if they know what they're looking for, they're more likely to listen and engage. This also gives them the opportunity to what? Right. Okay? Even if it's a sentence, 2 sentences, because we're writing every day, right? Then he's gonna have his first read, because we're talking about, I don't know if you wanna put a Z or S, however, I'll do Z, even though I don't know this right. Close read, the first read is a partner read. So what Mr. Beasley said is, I'm gonna read, and then Miss Dixon is gonna read, and then I'm gonna read, and then Miss Dixon is gonna read. So my challenge to him is that really with partner reading, there's an opportunity for what? Discourse. And so we use the technique, say something, which is I read, the person that is listening then summarizes what they heard me say and ask any clarifying questions. That allows for what? Discourse. Now my question is, how long is this gonna take for this?
This was probably about 15 minutes.
15.
Well, if you add this in, it's gonna be like, probably 30 minutes, you're not done with time.
These two,
No, the first one's gonna take about 30 minutes.
this is gonna take 30 minutes.
Yeah, if you're having them read and summarize
Okay.
every single
All right, I'm gonna let you have it.
Maybe, not 30, probably 25.
Okay, 25 minutes. 25 minutes. And then the second one, they're gonna annotate, all right? Can I ask you a question? If they have discourse, what's gonna be the value of this annotation now? Does it go up or does it go down? Does it improve or does it not improve? I believe that if they're talking about it, then they'll have better annotation when it's all said and done. Because she's already asked questions for clarity, right? So when she goes back and she reads it for the second time, she asks those questions now in the margin, okay? She'll know it's gonna be easy for them to underline whatever word or however, whatever where am I? My anchor chart.
The text annotation.
All right, so the last thing that you would do after this second read, how long do you think the second read's gonna take?
The class would be over by the time that they finish.
Okay,
their
so could this second read be the next day?
You could push it to the next day, yeah.
Okay.
You could. But
Okay, so homework or next day, but you're gonna have to close the lesson with what?
I'm assuming you want an exit ticket here of some kind.
Either an exit ticket, or you can ask them to give you a summary of the text. Okay? So as we plan, there are two takeaways I want you to take from when you're planning. You need to think about opportunities to write, opportunities for kids to have discourse, and you need to time it out. Okay? Because if you find that it's too much, then what you don't want is for them to leave without you, or what I'm doing right now, which is what? Just review what you went over before the bell rings. Okay? Time it out. All right. Thank y'all for your time. You gonna make your time? Take a picture. Cause Thursday, when I come in there, cause I'm coming here on Thursday.
Thursday will be
He just took a test.
It's a formative assessment. They got a formative assessment. They're not assessing. Yeah, I'm saying.
Listen, I'm coming there with Chief Reed, and I don't think she wants to see me with the assessment.
All right, I'll stretch it out. I'll do something else.
No, I'm just saying, I really want to see you.
We're working something.
I thought you said this, she said it, I was like on Thursday.
Oh, no, they'll start tomorrow. Because my classes, they already, but which class are you doing? Which class are you doing? Eight? Is it my last period or is it sixth period? They're the ones that
Well, I'm gonna I'll come in there tomorrow to see this, and then we'll plan for the next lesson.
Okay, yeah, the sixth period is my only class that's ready to start
So
tomorrow.
send me Thursday's lesson, and then I'll go over